When you first walk in, there are two things you will say. You look at the food, first thing you're gonna say, man, I ain't eating. Then as the hours go by, man, the little hand on the clock keep going like this. You keep missing serving time, you start looking for that meal. Then when they bring it in there, what's gonna break, what'll throw you is you're gonna get all that and be looking for more. When you get hungry. Like hunger is a major driving force in behavior.
You see men fall, don't laugh. Because to laugh and not learn is to make the same mistake yourself.
But there's been a lot that's went on since we done last had a discussion.
Your
So
uncle
in a
did your uncle did he do
not
it?
my uncle. And did he do it? That's crazy. It blows my mind that you can have all that power, that money and influence and choose to do things that are just going to jeopardize all you've worked for.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind because I don't care what kind of fetishes you may have, what kind of kinks you are into, ain't none of that worth jeopardizing your empire that you're going to build.
Especially
Some of the stories, the things that have come out about him, God, man, you'll never make me understand why people in that position would jeopardize everything they work for just to, prey on people like that, bro.
But it's easy to, and I'm speaking from experience, nowhere near on his level. Not just immorally, but just in business and power and influence. But I will say, we're all just human beings with an ego, and that ego can get very intoxicating. And the more people that you have around you that don't stand up and coach you and lead you in the right direction and tell you the truth, the more people that they're yes men, they just kind of go along with the flow, whether they agree with it or not, they do it because it's beneficial to them, and that's how your ego can grow to a point where it can destroy you. Nobody around you is telling you the truth because it benefits them to cater to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can get lost in the sauce of your own BS, very easily. And I'm telling you, because I've done similar things, not like him. Pause.
Oh, now.
But I'm saying,
around there, you go find about 20 bottles of baby oil.
I ain't got no baby oil. I'm actually
here.
I'm asking right now. I had to keep it organic. You understand me? But I'm saying is success, winning. You see it every day, not just with him, but in sports, athletes, in this world. Like your ego can get the best of you, dog. You feel me? And that little narrative that you speak to yourself, it can go from very positive to very destructive. You think you don't have to answer nobody. Yeah. There's no sense of accountability. There's no checks, no balances. And you can get all along on the limb by yourself and lead yourself astray. I can't be judgmental, but I will look at this as like my grandma used to always say, let this be a learning experience. And I am going to look at this as a learning experience. The wisest man, the richest man in the Bible, Solomon, he said that all is vanity. So it really does show at the end of the day, no matter how much money, how much power, how much fame, none of those material things can satisfy you. And I understand how hard it is to comprehend that if you broke, if you come from nothing, or you're habitually trying to gain and bring in materials, right? No matter what you gain, none of that is going to fulfill you as an individual. I don't care what level you're on.
That's real.
You see what I'm saying? Most people tell us right now, look, 100 million ain't gonna make you happy. Well, let me be the judge of that. Let me get the 100 M's first. Then I can make myself happy with 100 M's. Money can't buy you happiness. You know what I mean? How many times you heard that? And people are like, well, I want to make $100 million. I can find some happiness. You don't know that. Like that 100 million can actually be the very thing to destroy you.
It can.
If you ain't ready for it, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So again, looking at it from a learning experience, not a judgmental experience, because I know, me personally, I can't judge anybody, but I am seeking to grow from every circumstance and situation in life right now. I heard something that was kind of dope today. What you do frequently will become your frequency. You know what I mean? Your habits become your lifestyle.
They become who you are.
You know what I'm saying? That molds and shape your character. And again, when you just getting away with murder, low key, time and time over again, everybody turning a blind eye. how can you continue to do that and not feel a certain type of way?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How can your ego not take advantage of you?
Yeah, that's
you see what I'm saying?
Intoxicated. When you've done something and gotten away with it, you would just. I think it's human nature to see how far you can push that, how far you can take this thing, and after
some people just like 5, it natural.
10, 20 years of doing whatever you want to do, and it's been unchecked.
Come on, man.
And then you just become damn near a demon out here.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
How can you not become a demon when there's no checks and balances?
When there's no checks and balances, you have to answer to no one and nothing. Yeah, I can understand how they can.
Hey. This is kind of off topic, but kind of related, right? I remember years ago when you came to see me in Tallahassee, bro. And I was hustling my ass off, bro. I was just in that mode, bro. Yeah, like, I'm coming from prison. I'm coming from nothing. I'm trying to get it. I got an opportunity. I'm trying to run it up all day, every day. I don't care about anything. And I remember the Lafayette. It was hot. It was tailgating. It gets real hot in Tallahassee, Florida. Do your homework on how to get in Tallahassee, Florida. But anyway, I was hot. It was muggy. I ended up tucking my t-shirt into my shorts. And my dog said, boy, if you don't take that damn shirt out, I've been looking like a damn coach. See, that's the checks and balances that we gotta have.
You need that.
You feel what I'm saying? You were so appalled.
You really needed that.
Hey,
you needed that.
I was just done with fixing my shirt. So I was just like, you know what? It's hot as hell out here. I'm here to roll up my sleeves. I'm out here trying to chill and hustle. I don't even care how I look. I'm just trying to get it.
Yeah, you did.
And when I did that, he was so appalled. He was like, boy, you don't take that damn shirt out.
Yeah,
that's the energy you need in your life. Yeah, when you step outside of yourself, or when the ego get to talking to you and you do some dumb, you need a friend to be like, boy, if you don't get your behind, if you don't get back in line, that's what we need, though.
Really do. You really
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
You need somebody to check you. Like, man, you out of line.
And it's like, you get a certain age, like everything comes full circle, right? I would much rather have correction on a preventative level than rejection after I've got caught doing something.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'd much rather the pain and discomfort of you checking me, correcting me, because the Father in the Bible corrects the Son he loves.
Right.
Because if you keep getting away with all that bull stuff, guess what they sent me? What type of facility they sent me to? A correctional facility. To correct a lot of that behavior. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if God loves you, he got a purpose for you. What is he going to do to the son that he loves? Correct you. So the pain and discomfort of being corrected is way better than the pain of being rejected. After you mess up, you get rejected. Then comes guilt. Here comes shame. And those are two devils that nobody want to deal with. Those two right there, that's a tag team. They're dangerous.
I'm just saying, it doesn't matter how many times you've gotten away with something. You know right from wrong.
Yes, you do. But all right, so let me ask you.
When it catches up to
my friend,
when it catches up to you, there is no. I'm sorry, I didn't know no better. Like you knew better. Now you got to face these consequences, and with everything that you lose,
you got to take your lick. Yep, you got to take your lick. You got to take your lick.
There is no, I apologize. I'll do better. You earned everything that you got.
Absolutely.
You earned that.
Yeah.
So it ain't no I've gotten away with it.
I've been through 12 months of complete. Just being stripped, losses, reduction, just a whole season of perceived failure, because failure is like what you see, right? But it's so true what you're saying. It's very hard to come back from, because you do have a moral compass to a degree. Some people don't, and I know it for a fact because I've seen people in prison that didn't have that, right? Yeah. But majority of good human beings, no matter if they do right or wrong, majority of good human beings, I feel, have a moral compass.
For sure.
And I think this is leading to, well, what do you do with unchecked behavior, right? I have a moral compass. I was raised the right way. I know what to do, but sometimes I'm off to myself. I don't necessarily have a support group because I might not allow them to support me.
Yeah, because
I'm not going to, I will show you my winnings.
I ain't going to show you these losses, no.
I might not show you everything I'm going. No, can be in a season of winning to where everything I touch turns to gold, but I might be struggling with just a little something in this area. 90% of my life is golden. Social media, wife, kids, business, all of that. But I got this 10% that's wearing my ass up. And because I don't want to be vulnerable, and I'm just using myself as an example, because I don't want nobody to know. Or sometimes you get delusional. You think you're strong enough to overcome it on your own because you overcome so much. This is just a little thing that you can, I got this. No, you don't. And that ego, that's what I'm talking about. It won't allow you to be like, bro, that's what I'm going through. And I'm afraid if I don't do nothing about it right now, I can lose everything I have. Yeah. My ego ain't going to allow me to do that. So I'm going to forge through. I'm going to push through. I might work more. I might try to become more successful, double down, to try to run from that instead of dealing with that. Because I'm not humble enough to speak up. So what do you do with unchecked behavior? What does a person do when they're in that circumstance and they don't want to lose it all, but they know they're starting a downward spiral? And we already know if it gets too far, it's going to be hazardous.
When it's too far, it's too far.
It's too far. You can't just say, I'm sorry. Everybody ain't respect that. Even if they want to, I'm telling you, I've seen it in the eyes. No. They may want to, but they can't.
Can't do it.
And guess what? It ain't their fault. You just got to wear that.
And one thing about what you were saying about how you could be struggling with this one thing, and if it goes unchecked and it gets too far, you get to basically a point of no return, or when they hit the fan, you got to own that and
got to take your lick.
Understand that you're going to lose some relationships, you're going to lose some respect,
you're going to lose
credibility. You're going to lose, you lose your freedom and all that.
You lose your self-respect.
All that. You lose your self-respect, respect of others, you lose it all.
You lose your confidence, you lose it all.
Everything. And whatever that 10% is that's not right, if that 10% involves, like you said, removing somebody's ability to choose, when that 10% that you're not quite right on, if it's impacting others in a negative manner, I feel like for the most part, bro, I don't really care what anybody does.
Yeah.
I'm no judge. I would be a terrible police officer because
you ain't liking to know that about.
I don't really care what you do, to be honest with you, as long as you ain't out here bothering nobody.
Yeah.
But when your actions impact others, you deserve what you get.
But let's try to go before that, because yes, you deserve what you get. We get that. I'm trying to use this as an opportunity to tell somebody, it appears you're getting away with something, but you're really not, because in the end, it's going to bite you in the ass. So that's the moral of the story. To get you the way it has gotten me.
That's really the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You're out here doing some things that you notice. Like you say, 90% of your life, it can be golden.
Man, beautiful.
But if you got something going on, and it may just be 10%, it could be 8%, 5% of the piece of the total picture. But if you know this 5% you doing could jeopardize that other 95,
yeah.
If you're not prepared to deal with the consequences when that 5% gets exposed, you need to stop dead in your tracks and leave that where it be, because it will catch up to you.
Because you can go from 5%, then that 5%, if it manifests long enough, just like all things that you give life to, what it's going to do? It's going to grow. So that 5% area of weakness will turn to 10.
Right.
That 10 will turn to 20, 20 to 40.
And then
before you know it, hey.
That's your personality. Like you say, it is who you are now.
Man.
But speak to that. Like, I can't attest to it, but here's my sentence. Here's my thinking on that. What I was just speaking on. When you do get caught, and it is time to pay up, and it is time to face your consequences head on. You was talking about checking that BS behavior. If you go inside them walls, It unchecked. Somebody will check it for you.
Oh, they're gonna check it off the top, off the rip. And that can come from a guard. That can come from, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. Yes, it is going to get checked by an officer or a fellow inmate at some point in time, depending on what it is. But I'm gonna tell you what I see the most, because it happened to me too. You're gonna end up checking yourself, because you're gonna realize that this is not your environment, bro. This is not how I want to live. This is not how I was raised. This is not what it is. I can't be around my family. I can't go earn anything. There's no resources for me to make myself better. There are no, when I went to the county jail, there's nothing in there to rehab yourself. There's nothing to make yourself better. There was no chapel, no Bible. There used to be a little random Bible in every cell that you can just get into. There's no Bible. There's no literature. There's nobody coming in to speak to you and uplift you. There's none of that. So you come out on these streets and you act like Billy Badass and you act like you're the king of the world and you're the toughest ninja ever, only to get in there to follow the rules. Because one of the very few things they can do is just, they won't feed you.
Talk to them.
Or get somebody else to train.
Talk to them. I don't feel qualified to speak on what it's like.
I'm very qualified on that.
But you are. But I see it.
You will mitigate their behavior so quick. Especially when you got that sober mind on. When you are who you really are. You're at your core self. And you're sleeping on that hard ass bunk with that thin ass mat. And both hips hurt. Because I done spent 4-5 hours on this one. Now I got to spend another 4-5 hours on this one. Then I can't breathe on my back because the mat's so damn flat. And I can't sleep on my stomach because the damn thing's so hard, it hurt my knees. Now my elbow hurt, my wrist hurt. I'm talking about zero quality of life, zero opportunity to make yourself better. Zero escape. It's filthy, it's nasty. The shower area is filthy. When you first walk in, there are two things you will say. You look at the food, first thing you're going to say, I ain't eating this shit. Then as the hours go by, man, the little hand on the clock keep going like this. You keep missing serving time, you start looking for that meal. Then when they bring it in there, what's going to what throw you is you're going to get all that and be looking for more. When you get hungry. When you can't sleep, not only your side hurting, your hip hurting, but your stomach hurting through your back.
Talk to him, man.
That ain't no place you want to be. I don't care how tough you are. That is not a place
trying
to be in, bro.
Crash out for a little bit of
absolutely not. You do not want to
go cloud or a few dollars.
And they don't have to do much to get your attention. All they gotta do is lock you in your cell. A
little cloud and a little attention, and that's what you want.
Man, it's not worth it.
I didn't think so.
You come out here and be super hard. What was Nori's song back in the day? Super Thug? Yeah, you super thug in the streets with all this opportunity to better yourself and be whoever you want to be. Only to go in there, super thug, and comply. There's a very small percentage of people that are super thugs on the street and get in there and become the ultimate thug. That's a very small percentage.
And some of these super thugs on the street know they ain't really like that.
They ain't.
They know they ain't like that while they out here playing around.
Because they acting like that with all them drugs and all that stuff in their system. When you get in there, you sober. You are who you are in there.
You are who you are.
Ain't no escaping it.
And a lot of times people be medicated because they really don't like who they are.
Exactly. So you got to rush through all of that in there.
Jeez.
That is a bottomless pit. There are no resources for rehabilitation. If there's one thing I would say, is you must avoid it at all costs. Because it's hard on the streets. It's hard to survive on the streets. It's hard to survive in the county jail. Ain't no fun, ain't no programs in there. The food is terrible. Cheese don't melt. They take the cheese and throw it up on the ceiling in a stick.
I don't want to skip all the fact that, we do know it's hard out here in these streets for a lot of people that come from poverty and don't have much of anything. And the only way they know to survive is crime. And a lot of the time, I can't hold them. I can't blame them for that, because if you were born into a world where that's all you know is scarcity,
Yeah.
And all your people that are, that you look to for, that you depend on for
look for guidance too. Did you see that interview with Cam Newton-Rollo? Man, that's a phenomenal interview, bro.
I haven't seen
That's how Rollo got turned on to selling drugs, is the influences in his life.
100%. That's how. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's damn near how 100%. Well, not 100, because there are some people that come from, affluent situations or situations where they don't have to do that, but they choose to do it. They're attracted to the idea of what that means for some reason. But there are a lot of kids that grow up in situations where, like you say, the people that they look to for guidance, the people that are, in their life to really take care of them and nurture them during those young years are involved in that. So naturally, that becomes a part of who you are. That becomes your upbringing. That's your first education is crime. And once you get caught up in that life, look, man, I know it ain't cool to do. It ain't cool to go to work.
No, we need to change that. Yes, it is. This is a new day and a new time.
I'm just saying.
It's cool. We need to let I know what you're saying, how they perceive
it. They perceive that it ain't cool.
Yes, it is. Guess what? Everybody has a damn job assignment in prison. Ain't no laid up, being in the bunk all day, feet kicked back. No, your ass going to work. And guess what? We work all day for guess how many days a month? I went to Florida, we did 85% of our time. Some places are sweet, you can gain hundreds of days of game time. That was not my reality. I got 5 days for being a model citizen at my dorm and 5 days for working my ass off at my job for a total of 10 days a month. If you stay out of trouble, you go to work, you show up, you do what you're supposed to do, you get 10 days a month. Why is that important? I got sentenced to 8 years. With game time, I had to do 6 years straight. Because I was a model citizen in my dorm and I worked hard on my job, I was able to do the last 10 months of my sentence in work release. But people out here saying they can't work for nobody. They're not trying to be a model citizen. They don't want to be lame. You're going to take your stupid ass behind the gate. And guess what you're going to be eventually? Because you're going to get tired of getting your time backed up. You're going to get tired when you get that sheet that says 0 days. You want to go home at the end of the day. So you will turn into a model citizen.
You see men fall, don't laugh. Because to laugh and not learn is to make the same mistake yourself.
Life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it.